Hello, this is Mark. I'm here at Rosebud Records in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and I'm here to talk about CDs. The humble compact disc. CDs are back. Some would say they never left. Of course, we love records, but we also love CDs, so let's talk about it. I'm about the CD era, so it's no big surprise to me. One thing is, CDs provide a lot of the same enjoyment that some people get from records, which is the serendipity of browsing something, finding a unique copy of something, or find just making it your own, having it, holding it, reading it, interacting with it physically. Just like some of the things we love about records, they're not analog like records are. However, they have an advantage to being digital, which is they are indestructible. This one in my hand I bought in 1985, and it is fine. And I played the wheels off of this Dire Straits first CD. So they're incredibly durable. And right now you can still get them cheaply. And so they're a great thing to collect. Like I used to collect records, in the late 80s and early 90s. It was because they're all $2 or $3 in record stores, like retailing used records for $2 or $3, buying Beatle records. And every week I'd buy 30 something dollars worth of records, a pile of about a dozen or two. I don't know how many there were, but I had this way of going to the record stores on Saturdays, loading up on records, going home and listening to them. It was just a wonderful time for me, and this is the time. And right now, $5, that's what we charge for an average CD, is kind of the $2, $3 of 25, 30 years ago. So it's a great bargain. So they can be had cheaply still. They're very collectible in that there were a lot of them made, a lot of them very unique. And part of that, collecting, getting editions and, certain kinds of things is part of the joy of collecting records. Is also part of the joy of collecting CDs. It is oddly the highest quality digital, mass-produced digital format. Meaning it's better than streaming. It sounds better than streaming. I know everyone's, streaming's fine. Stop, ragging on streaming, you old record weirdo. But once you learn to hear the artifacts that the digital compression that streaming does, and I'm not talking about audio compression, like I'm talking about the digital compression, the noises. Once you can hear them, and then you end up focusing in on those little the weird things that streaming does to hi-hats and things in that frequency range, it just becomes distracting. But CDs are pretty good, despite the fact it's 1979 technology. It's a pretty good way to listen to music digitally. And even though, yes, they had a DVD audio thing toward the end of the CD's life, so technically that was 48 kilohertz and not 44.1. So therefore, there is a slightly higher digital format. It didn't catch on, and it's always just been a race to the MP3s. I was in the MP3 era too. I MP3'd all my CDs, but I kept the CDs because I knew the tracks just reminded you of your favorite songs. They weren't necessarily your favorite songs because there were quality things. And now the other thing about CDs is now that people want control over their library, and if you have a library on Spotify, and artists change the editions of their records, or labels change an artist's record without the artist knowing about it. They remaster it, they resequence it, they put additional stuff on it. There's a lack of control over what your collection is. And here's a great example: Liz Phair's Exile in Guyville. A friend of mine threw it on the phone thing, playing through a stereo, through Spotify or YouTube Music. And I was like, this doesn't sound right. So I went and got my CD off the shelf, and it didn't sound right. It had been fixed, remastered, re-EQ'd to sound more hi-fi, but that's not what the album's supposed to be. It's supposed to be that album. So, owning unique copies of your favorite music is a way to make sure that they stay unique, and that especially now that streaming is getting more expensive. There's people walking away from streaming. They're like, I'll just buy a couple hundred records and a couple hundred CDs, and that's all I need. So, CDs are back. CDs are cool. We got some CDs here, and I expect to I expect this trend will continue into the new year. And so get out your CD players and have some fun. Go diving for some CDs. You can still get them, get good ones at charity shops and Goodwill and those kind of places, and have fun collecting them. So thanks for watching. Check out the other videos here. Check out our store here in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and we'll talk to you soon.